Hey everyone, my name is For Extraordinaire, and I'm here just to do, as the title says, I'm here to explain what exactly is going on with Humankind sales at the moment, how they compare to Civ 6, as that is, within the niche of historical sandbox simulators, like as specific as a niche as that is. I thought it would be interesting just to kind of compare the early sales estimates for Humankind, try to get a gauge on that. It's very hard to do with Steam, but just try to get a sense of the early player count numbers, how it's doing so far, possibly talk about some plans for Humankind's DLC in the future, and also just analyze Civ 6's initial start. So if you're interested in that, please continue watching the video. And also consider to check out the channel, as I have a lot of Humankind content going on. So if you're interested in Let's Plays, any more commentary, I'm continuing to support Humankind and doing a few more videos on it. Feel free to check out the channel. So with that said, and without further ado, let's get right into it. So here we can just see, based on Steam charts, and this is published publicly, I don't have any private affiliation with Steam charts. You can just type it in on the search bar and get it. But basically, we have the full data analysis, and keep in mind, this has only been out since August 17th, and I'm recording this 5 days later on the 21st, as you can see here. But as this has just been released for 5 days, numbers can fluctuate. This could go down a bit, this could jump up, depending on who plays the game. I know Humankind is partnered with a few YouTubers, and I know some of them have still not released some of their videos and their content, so that could possibly jump up, it could go down, who knows. But as it is right now, we have 41,000 people playing it at the moment, and we have 55,000 people, it looks like, at the peak, though we have seen some fluctuations just during, I think, at 12 at noon. That's usually when a lot of people jump on to play Humankind. Now, if we take a look over at Civ 6, we have a much longer cycle to look at. We have like 5 years. The game launched in 2016, and man, it has been 5 years. It ended in 2021, at least. They've released an anthology edition. So I think with Humankind being a new game on the block, they might also think about speeding up the process of doing Civ 6 or Civ 7. But anyhow, let me just explain this really quickly. You have the base game release, which is surprisingly the highest. Actually, that's the Gathering Storm, but I mean, the base game release was like the second highest. So only Gathering Storm topped that. But I mean, we have the DLC packs from January 2017 to January 2018, and then in January 18 they released their first expansion, Rise and Fall, so that's going to bring them up to 80,000 players. And then January 2019, you can see there's this pattern of them releasing new DLC or new expansions. They release semi-annual DLC between the expansions, except for Gathering Storm and Rise and Fall. But basically, you have Rise and Fall here, and then you have Gathering Storm, which gave it its biggest peak, and that was also the best expansion in my opinion. Don't at me, but definitely the best expansion. And then you have this huge gap, like for almost like 2 years, I believe. And then you have the New Frontier Pass that sees some revitalization to the, okay, it's about a 1 year, but anyhow, that still sees some revitalization to the game. And in this period of silence, the devs definitely lost some players. You can see here, Firaxis has not always been very good at communicating with the player base. So I think if one thing the Humankind devs could learn from Firaxis, that's always to keep communication up with the player base, as they definitely lost some interest between the patches and the big expansions. So they just kind of even out here. The New Frontier Pass, again, didn't really revitalize the series too much. I don't think as much as the devs were expecting with Gathering Storm, but it still at least brought some content back to Civilization 6. Now with Humankind, again, we only have 5 days of content, but it's definitely not a bad start. Civ 6 is a much more known series. Humankind is Amplitude's first entry, or first big entry into the historical 4X genre. They had Endless Legend going, which was more of a fantasy game, so that didn't really pique everyone's interest, especially not everyone interested in Civ 6 who are looking to play like maybe as their own nations, and just see a variety of different map features and everything, kind of simulating Earth instead of a fantastical planet or landscape like Aurora. So that definitely had an impact on Endless Legend. If we can even just start looking at Endless Legend here, and it definitely didn't have as good as a launch as Humankind. So I would definitely say Endless Legend, yeah, 10,000 players compared to Humankind's 40,000. Humankind definitely had a stronger start. But I'll try not to babble on for too much longer. I'm just trying to compare just how well of a start, really, if you can take anything away from this. Civ 6 nearly had double the amount of players, so I would definitely say Civ 6 is quote-unquote beating Humankind. So I still think Humankind can definitely turn things around, but definitely not a bad start considering Amplitude. This is their first foray into the genre. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been For Extraordinary. I hope you found this video helpful. I don't have really too much data to go off of, nor does anyone else, unless they're like specifically affiliated with Amplitude, as far as I know, though I could be wrong. And if I am, feel free to correct me in the comments. But anyhow, thank you guys again so much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and I hope to see you guys later. All right, peace.